Yes. All right. So I have connected this Zoom meeting to my YouTube channel. So just let your friends know that if they have problems accessing the Zoom, then they just go to my YouTube channel, Tina Priyantin, ya. And they can watch the performance there. All right. And they can also ask questions. All right. I'm going to start the class. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Afternoon.
afternoon,
Afternoon.
Miss.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
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 Great, thanks.
Alhamdulillah.
So, how about you,
So
Miss?
bored.
Great. I'm great. I'm really great. Uh, wait. I have to I have to make my YouTube not off, but I will mute. Yeah. Okay. All right. Before we start the presentation, first thing first, I would like to say Selamat Hari Idul Fitri. Mohon maaf lahir dan batin. And thank you very much through your videos, Ibu Ati. Through Ibu Ati ya, Ibu Ati
Yeah.
send me the video, and I really thank you for sending me the video. Ibu juga mohon maaf lahir batin kalau selama belajar dengan Ibu ada hal-hal yang kurang berkenan ya. Mohon dimaafkan. Mudah-mudahan semuanya sehat ya hari ini ya.
Ibu, amin.
Right. I think because there have been 16 students here, and today, as everybody knows, that today will be our last session for this semester. With the last group, we'll present Alifa, Suci, and Mela. Yeah, you will be the presenters today, and hopefully that we are going to have the happy ending by. Because the previous class B also ended the session with the happy ending, yeah, because they presented very well, and hopefully that this group also can give your best, yeah, can show your best, and can give
Amin.
understanding to other friends. All right. Okay, as you can see that I have connected this meeting to YouTube. So don't forget to tell other friends who are not here to watch my YouTube channel, Find Tina Priyantin, and then even though probably right now they are still also not able to get into the YouTube, I'm going to save the video and then I'm going to send the link to Hannah, yeah, later. So you can just see the what is it? Not the live, but the recorded one. All right. Okay. So without further ado, I give the chance to Alifa, Suci, and Mela, yeah, to present your material. Okay. All right. Time is yours.
Thank you, Miss. Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, guys. So we're from Group 8, last group. We're going to give a presentation about discovery and inquiry learning. First of all, let me introduce our group member. My name is Alifa Nindita.
My name is Mela. Okay, Suci. And my name is Mela Syafitri.
All right. So before we jump to our material, I have a quote of the day. Tell me and I forget, show me and I may remember, involve me and I will understand. Benjamin Franklin. The last part of this quote is related with our topic today. We're going to find out that students, rather than learning passively, they're going to constructing their own understanding and own knowledge. So let's get started. First, background, Suci will explain. Suci.
Okay, first, we're going to explain about background. First, discovery learning. Discovery learning was introduced by George Quebb. Here, George Quebb Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Discovery learning was introduced by Jerome Brunner. This popular theory encouraged students to build an experience based on student learning skill, writing skill, speaking skill, and reading skill. Use their intuition, imagination, creativity, innovation, and search for new information by themselves. The discovery learning type here, students use their own knowledge by searching new information by themselves on the internet or from book that they have. Now, inquiry learning. Inquiry learning was introduced by John Scott. The process of asking questions and finding out the answer to the scientific. In general, the inquiry learning process the various activities to observe, formulate relevant questions, evaluate books, and other such information critically. Same like discovery learning, but in inquiry learning, student will do research more than discovery learning, and teacher just only being a facilitator and give tools that students need. Okay, move to principal.
Now I will explain the principle.
Okay, now I'm going to explain the principle. Discovery learning has three principles. First, problem solving. The student should be able to find out the solution of the problems and answer the question that given by the teacher. Information analysis and interpretation. Discovery learning is focused on learning process rather than passively receiving knowledge that given by the teacher. The student should learn how to analyze and interpretation the information. And the third, failure and feedback. Discovery does not focus on finding the right end result, but focus on finding new things they get. And if the student make a mistake, the teacher has responsibility to give it. Next is inquiry learning. First, students is a center of the whole learning process. The student should find out the information by themselves, while the teacher, the resources, and the technology are supporting them. Second, learning activities revolve around information processing skill. From whole learning process is focused student to process and learn the information. And the third, teacher as facilitator. Teacher give the material they student need and prepare some stuff for the student. And the last is focus on evaluating the development of information processing skill. The students more focus on how to develop the information they get by themselves. Next, the technique.
All right, now I'm going to explain about the techniques or step of discovery and inquiry learning. Discovery learning has 6 steps. First is stimulation. So after a teacher opens the class and the introduction of the material being taught, a teacher will give a stimulation with the instruction for observing. So the student wants to think forward of what is the material going to learn for the day. Next is a problem statement. The students are required to prepare some question about the information that has been presented by the teacher. And then the teacher will divide a student into several groups and give them opportunity to write the information from the observation. And then third is data collection. After the student already in group, they will be asked to collect as much information about the topic. The information can be obtained by searching on the internet or experiment and then interview the resource or doing an observation. Fourth is data processing. So in this step, the student have to process all the data which they had got through interview or all the resources. And then fifth is verification. The students are doing review of their hypothesis. It should be related with the result of processing data. Sixth is generalization. This is the last step. Students will make the conclusion of the data and the information that they already got from all previous activity. So after making a conclusion, each group will present it, and then the other group will give comment and the teacher will give a feedback. And then next, we move to inquiry learning step. Inquiry learning has 5 steps. First is orientation. So this is basically same with the discovery learning. It's like an introduction, but the inquiry learning orientation has 2 main purposes. First is to capture the interest of the class, and then 2, to explore student prior knowledge about the topic. And then second is hypothesis. During the orientation, a lot of information is gathered from the student. So based on this prior knowledge and information, there will may be something that the student would like to investigate further. Third is planning and investigation. Students may conduct an investigation research for gathering data to help answer the question they have formulated. This will usually involve a group work collaboration. And then fourth is analysis and interpretation. The student will examine the data for solution. Do the finding match, or with do the finding match with what they have predict before in the hypothesis, or maybe the student discover anything more surprising about the topic. Fifth is conclusion. Students will combine their findings and make a conclusion for all the materials. And then this is important because students have to reflect what they have learned. And then the teacher also will ask what they have learned about this topic. All right, next. This is the example of discovery learning activity.
Okay. In the first week, this is activity 4. It took about 50 minutes. The teacher prepare two or three storybooks, and students should work in pairs and look at the story. The teacher will ask, what science might come from this artifact? What might it take you? And the student should answer the question. In the second picture, there is 2 breads, clean and dirty hands. The students, the students will see what happen to dirty hands in bread. Is it hard, turn black, or break to pieces?
Next, this is the inquiry learning activity.
Okay. Here is the example of inquiry learning activity. So teacher will prepare a bag that have a thing inside the bag, and then the student will put their hand into a bag and predict what things the inside the bag, and they will describe what they feel about a thing that in the bag. Is it bright, cranky, quietly, softly, soft, hard? And they will write down their answer in the paper. Now, the second picture, there are wonder wall. There are three parts of wonder wall: what we know and what we want to know, should feel before learning process, and what we learn should feel after learning process. Now we move to the stimulation.
No. Next, Suci. This is the example of inquiry learning form. So in this inquiry learning form, there's a two paper. For first picture is for student, and then the second picture is for teacher. So I will explain. The first one is for the student. There's a three paper: wonder, find, and share. Wonder paper is for a student. Write down their wonder question about the materials, and then find paper is the data they have got. They write it down in the fine paper. And then next is the share paper. This is the plan for what they're going to share for explain or presentation about the inquiry project. As you guys can see, there's ideas here for share the presentation. There's a poster, map, brochure, newspaper, and etc. And then the second picture, this is for a teacher, inquiry-based research project assessment. So in this, you guys can see the teacher is the student show ability to inquire about the topic of interest, and then the teacher will check is it yes or no. Next, we're going to do a discovery learning stimulation. Alright guys, now we're going to do discovery learning stimulation. I will need help for you to join this simulation. Alright.
You can just ask your friends to unmute the microphone if you think that you need interactions.
Yes. Guys, please, can you unmute? Alright class, how are you today?
Fine.
I'm fine.
Alright, so today our topic is about this descriptive and report text. We'll do text for today, and I want you to look two of these texts. All right. From those texts, what can you observe and what make those texts different?
The title.
The title.
Title. Sorry. It's about
Narrative and
narrative text, descriptive text, and report text.
Yes, yes. Okay. So, all right. To find the answer, now let's make a group of four. And what you have to do is first discuss what make the text different. And second, I want you to find the example of both texts. Okay, understand?
yes.
All right. For observe the text, you can find the information by searching on the internet. I will give you 50 minutes for searching. Okay. Searching. Guys, after you collect the data from the internet, now to support your data, you can visit the library and find the book about the descriptive and report text.
Okay.
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 Okay, finish. All right. Now, each group do a comparison with your first identification about the text. You guys said that the first, what makes the text different is the title and then descriptive and report text, right? So now we're going to make a conclusion about the descriptive and report text. To write the conclusion, write down the definition, the structure, the purpose, and then the language used. Okay, I will give you time for write the conclusion. Okay. Have you guys finished?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, class. The discussion time is done. Next is I want you to choose one of your member to explain your discussion result. Okay, who wants to explain, please?
Yeah.
I want to explain.
Is anyone? Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Finish.
Yeah, just a simulation, no problem. You don't need to wait for the student's answer, no problem.
All right. Okay. Okay, class. Thank you so much for your discussion time and then for your presentation. Now, is anyone can make conclusion from all the group discussion result? Okay, you. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, everyone, give a applause. Okay, now I will give feedback for group 2. Group 2 has a difficulty to explain the definition, right? So I will give you.
Alifa, sorry to interrupt. Do you think that stimulation also goes to the end? I mean, when the students present, is it still included in the stimulation?
Pardon, miss?
When you ask the students to have a discussion, yeah, and then
Yes.
after that presenting, is it still included in stimulation?
Yes. Yes,
Oh
miss.
yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
So the presentation is not the stimulation, miss. Oh, oh my. Oh, I'm sorry, miss.
Uh, you know the meaning of stimulation?
Oh yeah, stimulation. It's yeah.
Stimulation is only to
Graduation.
stimulate.
Yeah.
Stimulate, so just showing picture, showing video, for example, or showing text. After that, going to the next part.
Oh yeah. Oh
Presenting
yeah,
is
miss.
not in stimulation. Stimulation doesn't need presentation.
Mm. Yeah, miss. Yeah, I understand, miss. I'm so sorry.
That's why I'm confused.
Okay, so that's the end of discovery learning stimulation. Next, we're going to move to the inquiry learning stimulation.
Oh, no,
Simulation.
no. Why don't you show the steps of discovery first ya? Jadi jangan dicampur-campur, itu pusing loh.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Miss.
Yeah, discovery learning. How many steps are there? Sorry to interrupt. 6, yeah. So why don't you separate? I mean, yeah, that's what was it other class did, yeah, in the previous class. So they what is it? They showed the steps of discovery learning first, yeah, and after that going to inquiry, examples of inquiry. That's why I'm a little bit confused because you mix both. Even here in discovery learning, you only put stimulation, but you don't give any other steps. Do you have in your slides other steps?
With this stimulation, and then the presentation.
I cannot hear your voice clearly. I think.
I thought the presentation is like a stimulation.
Yeah, but you still need to tell your friends what they have to do in stimulation and then what they have to do in collecting data, right? Or
Yeah.
identification first. Simulation, and then
Problem
what are the
statement.
steps?
Problem statement.
Problem
Problem
statement.
statement.
Problem
Okay.
statement.
Iya, that's what I mean. Ya, jadi kalau misalnya kayak tadi, ininya cuma in your slide you only show stimulation, but on the practice then you show everything. You show all the steps. That's why, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. So when you ask your friends, okay, you show the text in simulation, and after that, in problem statement, what do you instruct your students to do?
The student required to prepare a question about
okay.
descriptive and report text.
Okay, yeah. And then after that, after problem statement,
Collecting data.
collecting
Yeah,
data.
collecting data.
What do you ask your students to do?
They can find the data from searching on the internet, and then to support, they can visit the library.
All right. Okay. And then going to the next part. When you ask your students to work in groups, so which step is that?
After the stimulation, I instruct to make a group.
Problem statement, you have put the students in groups in problem statement.
Yes.
Student in group in data collection. So
Yeah.
they will collecting data from internet, from the book together with their friend, and collecting to make a conclusion and answering the problem and questions.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So in collecting the data, so you put the students in groups. That is the step of collecting the data. Yeah. Okay. And then after collecting the data,
Data processing.
data processing. What do you ask your students to do?
To do
They
some
process the data.
Okay, after they search, they collect the data, and then they discuss.
Yeah, they discuss and then they process the data.
Okay. And then the last.
Generalization.
Verification can be done together with the apa tadi?
Data collection. Data collection.
Data
No.
processing.
Oh, data processing.
Data processing, yes. Data processing, yeah. Okay. And after that, the last. When you ask your students to present, so what's the step?
Generalization.
Yes, correct. Yeah, generalization. So that's what you have to pay attention, yeah, because later on, when you start teaching, yeah, when you come to my class again in micro teaching, mudah-mudahan nggak bosan ya. So you are you will learn how to organize the steps, yeah, organize the activities, because I think the curriculum use is till 2013. Therefore, you have to learn more, to understand more about these four methods, yeah, starting from problem based, project based, and then this today discovery and inquiry. Therefore, you have to really understand about the steps of the technique of the steps of the methods, and then what you have to think is uh, what does the teacher instruct, and then what do the students have to do, yeah. Okay, so I think in all methods are the same. What you have to think about the steps and techniques are what does the teacher do, and then what do the students do, yeah. Okay, all right, sorry to interrupt.
Yes, thank you, Miss.
Yes,
I'm
that's
so sorry.
discovery, yeah, it's okay.
Yes. So
Yeah, go
for
on to
the
inquiry.
inquiry,
Mhm. Nah.
next, Suci or Mela?
Now I'm going to do simulation of inquiry learning. Um, have you ever seen a worm?
Yes.
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 Yes, I have.
And what do you think about a worm?
Worm is
Disgusting.
disgusting.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Animal.
And
Okay, now look here. I'm doing a worm,
Ew.
and um, in wonder, I have wonder observation paper. I want you to see a worm and think. I want you to see, think, and wonder about a worm. Um, After that, in finding paper, I want you to describe about a worm by answering the question: what color is the worm? Is the worm slimy or dry? Is the worm long or short? Does the worm wiggle? Yes or no? Um, to answer the question, you only see the worm without touching. After finished, you answer the question. You can see the worm closer, and you can touch the worm. And is data match with your is data match with the worm? Okay. After that, after that, please share the result to your friends by making poster, uh, presentation, PowerPoint, brochure, and others. Finish.
Yeah, I want to add for that after doing a presentation, in the
Sorry to
conclusion.
interrupt. I think this is also the same problem, yeah. So
Yeah,
you
Miss.
here in the title you only write stimulation, yeah. Can you mention the steps again
Yes.
for inquiry?
First is orientation.
Nah, okay. So it should be, what you have to do. I suggest you to share your friends about what the students have to do in orientation part
Okay.
or orientation step. Yeah. Can you re-explain?
Okay. First is orientation. This is the introduction. Mela,
Have you ever seen a worm?
Yes.
What do you think about a worm?
Worm is disgusting, I think.
Yeah, okay, that's orientation, yeah.
yeah.
Orientation.
Okay, the second.
Next is hypothesis.
Mm,
During the orientation, a lot of information is gathered. So based on the prior knowledge and information, there may be something that the student would like to investigate further.
So similar to discovery, yeah, actually, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Mela, continue. What do you ask the students to do?
Please write down what they see, think, and wonder about a worm.
Okay. Next.
Third is planning and investigation. Student may conduct an investigation research for gathering data to help answer the question they have formulated. And this will usually involve a group work collaboration.
After that, the student can describe a worm by answering the question, what color is the worm? What the worm slimy or dry? Is the worm long or short? Does the worm wiggle? Yes or no? To answer, the student cannot the student only see the worm without touching. After finish answer the question, the student can see the worm closer and can touch to match that the answer and the worm to match the data.
Yes, that's
with the worm.
fourth step, analysis and interpretation. The student will examine the data for the solution and do the finding match or what they had predict, and the student discover anything surprise. So Mela said that the student can touch or see the worm closer to examine if what they describe about the worm is correct. And then fifth is conclusion. The student will combine their findings and conclusion and will doing a presentation with a unique and creative ways. As you guys can see, there's a share picture here. Worm, that's gummy worm, and then with chocolate. And then it's important for the student to reflect and what they have learned. So the teacher will ask,
apa sih? Do you have difficulty when you find the information?
Yeah, and then what you guys have learned about the worm. Okay. So next. The strength of discovery learning and inquiry learning.
So we're going to explain about strength. First, discovery learning. Student will become more active. Student will find their answer from the problems that the teacher gave by their own way. They can search the data and the answer from the internet, from the book, from library or book that they have. Second, train students to become independent. By learning, discovery learning, teach students learn by themselves and independent, as well as freedom to find answer by their own way. Third, not focus on finding the right end result, but more focusing on a new thing that we find at the process. Discovery learning focus on analysis. So when they make a mistake during the learning process, teacher will fix the mistake and give comment and feedback at the end of learning process. The last, teacher give feedback on the result obtained by student. The teacher will give feedback at the end of the process of this method. Next, inquiry learning. Encourage student creativity and independence. Same with discovery learning, so I don't need to explain again. Second, increase student speaking, reading, and writing skill. By searching data by themselves, they will reading a lot of information and writing the data by themselves, and speaking. Here they will search. Here they will presentation at the end of learning process, and share their result and conclusion in front of friend and teacher. The last, enhance critical thinking skill. By using inquiry learning, they use their critical thinking skill when they collect data and information. Now we move to weakness from discovery and inquiry learning. First, spend a lot of time. This is because students need a lot of time to make a question, find the research, and collecting data. Second, not all students are able to attend discovery learning. Some of students have difficulty to find the answer and solve the problem personally or independently. Many of students need to make a group and then solve the problem together with their friends. Now, inquiry learning. First, spend a lot of time. Same with discovery learning. Students need a lot of time to find data, solve the problem, and collect the information. Second, not every student are suitable to apply inquiry learning. Same with discovery learning. And third, not all schools have enough facilities to support. Especially in Indonesia, not all schools have enough books to support collecting data and find the information, and not all schools have internet connection. Also, not all schools have enough facilities, technology to support this method. The last, teacher only assess but doesn't give feedback. So in this inquiry learning, students need to be independent and creative. Teacher only be a facilitator, but the teacher not give a feedback and give any comment at the end of the learning process. Okay.
This is our references. Miss, we have one video of inquiry learning, but we can show the discovery because it's too long.
Okay, just show. How long is the video?
For the inquiry, it's about 4 minutes.
Yeah. Don't forget to click the share computer audio. A little bit delayed. Or oh, okay, you haven't started yet.
I realize how much more they learn. And when I see that they take action and they're applying the skills that they learn in here, I feel like I've done my job as a teacher. Now, at your service. All right.
Inquiry-based learning is just a fancy word for curiosity, right? So tell me, what child is not curious?
We as humans all question. That's how we learn. So the students should be questioning all the time.
Any questions?
We're trying to ignite passion and relevance. It's not just about finishing that assignment. It's about being able to explore something that I'm really interested in.
The basic steps in inquiry-based learning is to come up with a rich question, a question that doesn't have the answer already in it.
You begin with the questions that you really want to explore in a unit.
And then each unit has lines of inquiry that the students will be investigating. And the lines of inquiry are developed by the teacher, but with a lot of input and feedback from the students.
And that becomes the direction that the teacher takes the content. So the teacher will resource kids with opportunities to explore things that they're interested in within that line of inquiry. So kids are hitting the standards with the bigger questions and being able to create evidence of their understandings and their learnings in all kinds of ways that the kids get to pick.
So for instance, we're doing a money unit right now. We're studying billionaires. The theme billionaires was not chosen by the teachers per se. It stemmed from the students' inquiries. When we were going through the inquiry process and they were asking all these questions, a common theme that kept coming up was, why are some people so rich and other people are not rich?
I remember a lot of you were wondering why some people don't have as much money. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so those questions led to our investigation.
We had a huge discussion about why we're studying billionaires, and it's not because they're superhumans or that they're rich or they're cool because they have a lot of money. We are looking at character traits, and we were talking about what do these people have that, you know, enables them to be this successful.
We're doing a keynote about Ralph Lauren's cars. He has a giant car collection. We're asking ourselves some questions, and then we would have looked on Wikipedia and searched up the questions. Maybe one day we want to invent something.
This right here is how Warren Buffett influenced society about what he did, how much money he gave to charity.
How about this one?
Why would I really care about someone donating money to a charity?
Because she helped someone, and then she built a school for girls here.
We're opening up learning by letting kids decide, hey, what am I really interested in science? What am I really interested in social studies? What am I really interested in literature? Giving them a whole list of potential things and letting them do the inquiry and research and make those connections.
So if you have a dystopia, you could say that Hunger Games would be one of your resources because it's a fiction story that actually plays out in a dystopia region. Inquiry-based learning actually makes you think, essentially. You're still doing it in the Common Core way, but you're actually picking what you want to learn.
All of a sudden we see our students doing things that really matter to them, and they're excited and they're passionate and they want to talk about what they're learning.
They're inspired. They're reflective. They struggle. That is a true education.
That's it. The end of our presentation. Any question?
Your voice is not clear, Alifa. It's off. Oops. Your voice is not clear. Yeah. Okay.
Any question?
Alifa, before before other friends ask you questions, yeah, Alifa and the gang, would you please what is it, reinforce, yeah, you give a kind of reinforcement, or probably it's the kind of conclusion about the differences, yeah, or the similarities and differences between discovery and inquiry.
Okay, so I'm going to explain, I'm going to give a conclusion first of discovery learning. Discovery learning is a kind of learning method that focus on observation, to increase creativity of students. It's not focus on the result, right or wrong, but focus on analyze what have student learned from the material or topic that given by given by teacher. And at the end of the learning process, teacher will give a comment, a feedback, and will fix a mistake that given that student will fix the mistake that the student have done. Now, inquiry learning focus on investigate, find the question and solve the answer, and teacher will give a topic, give a material. Here, teacher only being a facilitator, not a guide or tutor. So student will find the answer of the problem by themselves using the technology, internet, books that they have. And then after the end of the learning process, they will presentate their result in front of their friend and
presented.
Okay, share the result in front of their friend and teacher. After that, teacher will assess what student have learned at the end of learning process.
Okay, I will add for the similarities between inquiry and discovery learning. I will explain about the step or techniques. It's really clear we can look the similarity between the discovery and inquiry. First, when it start the stimulation, same discovery and inquiry learning, the teacher will ask about the information and then the prior knowledge for the material, and then next step is they're going to find the data and then find the information, and then also this involve a group work collaboration, and also same for the presentation. What makes it different is the inquiry is more like a creative and unique ways for a presentate.
Yeah, still, I think still unclear, yeah, about the significant difference, yeah, between both methods, yeah. Yeah, I know that, and everybody knows that both methods, of course, build the students, what is it, critical thinking, yeah, because they have to find everything by themselves, and then the teacher also plays the role only as the facilitator, okay, not really guiding them, but they are only facilitators. But what I want you to share, your friends, is about the very significant points or significant difference between the inquiry and discovery. What? I highlighted one term, yeah, from Suchi, yeah. In inquiry is observing or investigating. Investigating, but in discovery is observing, right?
Yes.
Investigating and observing. Okay.
And then the inquiry is more like about the student will ask a lot of a question, and then they're going to finding out the answer to the scientific question by themselves.
Okay, so they ask lots of questions, yeah.
Yes.
But in discovery, No.
No.
Okay,
No.
so they search by themselves, and then after that they present.
Yes.
Yeah. In inquiry, do the students present?
Yes.
Yes.
Share their result.
Share their results too. Yeah, the same, right?
Yes.
Okay. How about the task? Any differences dealing with the task?
For the task, we can see from the activity picture, it's kind of similar. They're going to do some research and then a project.
Research and project.
Yes.
Both of the methods.
For discovery learning, it's research.
Inquiry.
And project.
Sorry? Sorry, can you repeat? Sorry, I think I have something wrong with my connection. Can you hear me well?
Yes, miss.
Yes, okay. Can you repeat?
Yes, miss.
Any differences dealing with the task?
For the task, I guess it's similar. It's same.
Okay. All right. So probably, yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, the others, would you please ask questions to them? Nobody asks questions. Hello? Is it clear enough? Please unmute your microphone.
Yes, miss.
So it's clear. No question at all? Are you sure? When there is nobody ask questions, there are two possibilities. Yeah. The first possibility is because everything has been clear. Yeah. The second, the second is they don't understand, but they don't know what to ask. Which one is the possibility for everybody? Number one or number two?
Number one.
Number one. Great. So everybody has understood. Well, is that? Okay. Ya udah kalau gitu saya yang nanya. Ayo. Would you please? Yeah. Who is that?
Yes.
Rizka. You have problems with your connection, dear. Your voice is like a robot. Your voice is like a robot. Yang lain sama ya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rizka, if you have problems with the connection, you can just type the question in the chat box, yeah, so it can be read by the presenters. Okay, all right, yeah. While waiting for Friska typing, Alifa, would you please show me the strengths and weaknesses?
Yes, miss.
The strengths. Yeah. I guess if you think that both methods have similar tasks and then similar activities, yeah, as well as the topics, I guess the strengths will be the same. Yeah, the strengths will be the same. What do you think?
Yes. Actually, we just write in the different words.
Actually, the content is the same, right? The content is the same.
Same.
Yeah, but you use another terms, right? Different terms.
Yes.
For both methods. All right. Okay, no problem then. But I guess let's say it's not the same, yeah? If I read the slide, yeah, for example, like in inquiry learning, enhance critical thinking skill, yeah? you don't write it in the discovery learning. While actually in discovery learning, this also enhance critical thinking skill. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
Yes,
I
it's
mean.
same.
So, what is it? Actually, what is it? Both of them have similar strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. So yeah, like I told you that like enhancing critical thinking skills, discovery learning also enhance critical thinking skill. Yeah, because as we have discussed before, that in curriculum 2013 in Indonesia, they apply 4 methods. Yeah, problem, project, discovery, and inquiry. And all of them, I mean, all of them, they really implement 4 C's, right? Do you still remember 4 C's? Yeah, 4C, 4 C's. Do you still remember? Can you mention again? You forget? Nah, padahal udah pernah dibahas ini tapi lupa lagi. 4C, 4 C's. Remember? I have told you once. Any one of them is critical thinking. C. The first C is critical thinking. The second, lupa lagi. Padahal ini harusnya sudah dipahami ini tuh, karena pembelajaran sekarang itu 4Cs itu adalah pembelajaran abad ke-21. Ya. Jadi kalian nggak boleh lupa ini. Kalian harus paham, you read more about 4Cs because the methods that you have to apply right now should relate to 4Cs. Jadi pembelajaran abad ke-21 ya. The first is critical thinking. Ya, catat atuh ya, lupa lagi gerak. The second is
creativity.
Ya itu udah tahu sebenarnya tapi nah ditanya teh lupa lagi. Ya libur lama, libur 2 bulan. Ya, critical thinking and then
Creativity.
the third
Collaboration.
the fourth communication. Ya, see, problem based, project based, discovery, inquiry, 4 of them or all of them, they really apply 4Cs. Do you agree?
Yes.
Coba perhatikan aja. Critical thinking-nya oke ya?
Yeah.
Semua ya? Yes. Kalau masih ingat yang 2 kemarin ya. The second, creativity. Do you think that the students will be creative?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Communication?
Of course.
Of course, because they communicate each other, they discuss the tasks together, right?
Each other.
And then the last is collaboration. Yes?
Teamwork.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, teamwork. Yes, they are working in
Teamwork.
teams, they are working in groups. Therefore, they have to collaborate. Yeah, they learn how to collaborate, how to work in groups, how to work in teams. Yeah, to build their social skill. Okay, that's what I mean. So back to strengths and weaknesses, I think, or in my opinion, both of the methods have similar strengths and weaknesses. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I asked you to present 2 methods because they relate to each other. Discovery and inquiry, they relate to each other. They have similar characteristics. Yeah, probably only the task and the instructions are different. Like you said that in inquiry, the students ask a lot of questions.
Yes.
To students, to teacher. But in discovery, no, right?
Yeah, no. The teacher will just give an instruction.
And then
The
students
will do the instruction.
Yeah, will find themselves, but not asking questions
Not
too much.
asking.
Probably they only find resources and then they discuss together. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the difference. Okay, correct. Yeah. So you don't. Can you go to the weaknesses?
Yes.
See, spending a lot of time ya, not spent ya, not spent. Okay, spend itu past tense. Nggak mungkin ada kata kerja kedua di awal kalimat ya. Oke, be careful. Yeah, you have, yeah, even me, I'm still now learning about grammar, yeah, but you also have to learn more about grammar, yeah. Don't make a lot of mistakes, yeah, or grammatical error. Spend, there is no spend, but spending a lot of time, ya, sama kan? Spending much time, yeah. But in this case, what you have to think is, of course, it will spend much time, yeah. Therefore, if I may suggest, later on, someday, Riza kalau nguap ditutup sayang, lebar banget deh, kelihatan semua tahu di sini.
Miss. Sorry, Miss.
Ya, oke. Nanti ada lalat masuk loh. Oke. So yes, of course, in one session, it won't be enough if you, let's say in the session, you just give the instruction at that time, and then the students have to finish that time. It's impossible.
Yes.
Yeah, therefore, for example, in the first session, you have discussed what it, or you have had a kind of learning process without using this discovery learning, let's say like that, or was it you just give the instructions or the task, but the students can do it at home, or probably they can just do outside the class, and then at the next session they discuss together, or they present the result. Yeah, it can be like that. Or to make it effective, probably the task can be can be instructed before the session. Yeah, before the session, let's say a day before. So when the time you are teaching them, or you are applying discovery, so the students have been ready. Yeah, the students have got the previous knowledge or previous instructions about what they have to do that day or that time. Yeah. So yeah, as I told, that it's impossible for you to ask the students to do at once, yeah, in one session, yeah, except if the task is not really difficult, yeah, or if if there are a lot of possibilities for them to find at that time. Okay, all right. So that's what you have to consider. Like this one, spending a lot of time, and then not all students are able to attend discovery learning. What do you mean by this? Not all students are able to attend discovery learning.
It's maybe hard for the first because not all students can find the solution, find the answer by themselves at the end. But maybe when they try more, it can be difficult. It can be possible for them. But in my opinion, some of students have difficulty to search data, solve their problem by themselves or personally.
Means that it doesn't mean that not all students are able to attend. Mungkin termnya aja yang kurang tepat. It's not attending discovery learning. Do you know the meaning of attending? Menghadir, iya, present, ya kan? Iya, kenapa jadi tidak semua siswa mampu untuk hadir di discovery learning? It's a little bit strange, ya. Yeah, what do you think? Joining or doing? Probably. Yeah, not all students are able to do bukan to do discovery learning, tapi to do the task. To do the task or to accomplish or to finish the task in discovery learning. Ya benar kan? Weakness-nya itu belum tentu saat itu at that time the students are able to accomplish gitu. Ya. Terus apa ini? Inquiry, not all schools have enough. Nah, ini juga sama, discovery juga sama, ya. Ya, as I told you that because both of the methods have similar characteristics, so I believe that the strengths and weaknesses also have similar characteristics. Agree?
Yes.
Ya. Yeah, and not all schools have enough facilities to support. Yeah, yeah, probably just like internet connection. Yeah, not all schools have good internet connection. Even in Unpak also, we sometimes have problems with the connection, right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And teacher only assess but doesn't give feedback. Yeah, this also happened to discovery learning and also problem-based, project-based. Right now, what I have analyzed, yeah, for the teachers characteristics, yeah, Indonesian teachers characteristics. They love to give tasks, they love to give assignments, but at the end they don't give feedback. Yeah, so yeah, the students at the end the students are confused whether they have done the correct ways or not. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they have there have been a lot of complaints about teachers. Yeah, even though not all teachers do like that, but unfortunately there are a lot of teachers who still do like that. Yeah, so they prefer to just give the task, a lot of tasks, yeah, without thinking about how the students learn. Yeah. This is a learning, this is a lesson for you, yeah. So later on when you become teachers, not only teachers, even parents, yeah, when you become parents, don't give too many tasks to your students or to your children while you don't know the aims or the objectives. Ya, you don't understand the aims of the object. Cuma supaya bikin anaknya sibuk aja. Ya, sibuk kalau tidak ada maknanya sama sekali. What for gitu? Gitu ya. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's why I don't really like to give the students too many tasks. I just want them to learn. Ya, walaupun berat, tapi cuma 1 kali, 2 kali. But I really expect that you can learn. I don't know whether you learn from my course or not. Answer. Do you learn new lessons or new things in my course?
Yes, of course. A lot.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, that's what I expect. As I told you that what is it, when you write paper and then when you present, yeah, those are only ways for you to show me that okay, you have learned. Yeah, the result will be different. That's what you will find to your students too. Nanti akan kelihatan mana siswa yang benar-benar belajar dan mana yang cuma hanya memenuhi tugas. Itu kelihatan ya. Paham ya? Jadi nanti akan tahu kok after teaching probably more than 5 years lah ya. You will understand ya. You will really be able to analyze mana siswa yang betul-betul bisa learning, mana yang hanya studying or getting score, only for getting score or fulfilling the requirements gitu ya. Sekarang juga bisa kelihatan, saya dari awal juga tahu mana yang benar-benar, mana yang tidak gitu ya. Tapi insya Allah kalau kelas ini saya lihat serius ya banyaknya ya gitu. Jadi memang you really expect to learn gitu ya. Walaupun berdarah-darah istilahnya cari-cari materi, terus apalagi sampai ada yang salah, saya suruh ngulang lagi, kesel gitu kan. Aduh ya Allah, udah capek-capek ternyata suruh ngulang. Nah kan kelihatan kenapa saya suruh ngulang, mesti itu karena asal-asalan gitu. Nah akhirnya kan jadi terpacu, oh iya ya daripada ngulang lagi nyari ya. Jadi ada semacam keterpaksaan memang. But after that at the end you can do better kan gitu. Nah, but everything needs process ya. When you would like to be successful, you need a long process to reach the success gitu ya. Dan itu nggak bisa cuma sekedip mata gitu, nggak mungkin ya. Of course you have to walk far away and then you have to get on the stairs ya, or you have to climb and then you fall down and then you have to get up and then climb again. Nah, something like that ya. Now that's what you have to give to your students, yeah, like what I'm giving you, yeah, during the course. So I don't only give you the practice of how to learn learn TLS and then how to make you able to do the public speaking, to practice your public speaking, yeah, how to practice your English, but also I really expect that you can learn, you can get a life lesson. Nah, itu dia yang susah. Life lesson. Life lesson, apa? Responsibility, contohnya ya. Responsibility. And then, what else? disiplin.
Disiplin.
Nah, itu dia. Ya kan, kalau nggak disiplin, tidak tanggung jawab, akhirnya hasilnya juga asal-asalan. Nah, seperti itu gitu ya. Ya, kalau talking about your English ability, ya kalian belum lah ya, belum bagus banget bahasa Inggrisnya, but I don't mind with that because you are in the process of learning. But what I sometimes highlight, not sometimes lagi deng, often ya, often highlight is on the way you learn, on the way you search information, on the way you organize materials, on the way you present. Nah, itu yang saya highlight malah itu banget ya. Jadi ya itu yang saya bilang, terlihatlah mana yang serius mau belajar, mau memperbaiki diri, dan mana yang tidak gitu ya. Tapi insya Allah kalau kelas ini bagus ya. Walaupun sempat saya ada beberapa yang saya desak-desak ya, itu baru Butina doang. Ntar kalau ujian skripsi lebih berat lagi, Bo. Ya. Ya. Alright.